What is going on, folks? It is your boy Southpaw Brad, and I'm doing my new comic book day. I'm trying to hit these on Wednesdays, and it just so happened I had a little lag in work today, so I could do it a little sooner than normal. I typically try to do it at the end of the day. So, 22 Comics, what is going on, man? I hope you are doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Glad you were able to hit this, totally random lunch, new comic book day little deal I got going on. I do appreciate you swinging by. For the first thing I picked up is one of the most important, or two of the most important things. I got some more comic bags. I think these are, went through a little spell where these were kind of hard to find, and I think we've kind of, at least here, I think I've rounded that corner. The supplies are no longer as hard to come by as they once were. So at least here. So I'm happy to pick up some more bags and boards. And of course that means, bags and boards means I've got stuff I need to put in them. So, just keeping up with all that. But, a comic bookworm, what is going on to mine? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you for swinging by. What is going on, Flash by Night Comics? I have to give you props. I did exactly what you said on my last video. You said you gave me the reading order for Moon Knight, and that's what I did, and it flowed very nicely. So thank you for the tip. I told you I'd report back, and it was an excellent suggestion. So thank you. Yeah, I do just the regular bags. I don't know if I've got anything really important enough to, to use Mylar for. So I just go with the regular bags. What's going on, GP Venom Comics? Good to see you, man. I appreciate you swinging by. Good catching up with you on a stream last week, and I've kept meaning to get into some of these boxes over here, man, but work's been a little hectic, but I still want to do, I got to do my new comic book stuff, man. I was too amped not to jump into this. So I've got my new comics, and I've got two small packages here. I think I'll go ahead and do the packages first. Why not? This was kind of random. I saw on a stream, so it was Tales from the Flip Side. I like a little speculation. And Tales from the Flip Side had mentioned that Gemini's boxes are getting tough to come by. They're running low. I typically will save a good stack of them, but I'm saving a little bit more now after hearing that. Those guys sell a lot on Whatnot, and they use a lot of these things, so they buy them, in large quantity. But I was like, I'm a big fan of reusing these things. They're perfectly fine. And, I can, in fact, I've got an AOK. Well, not really an AOK. I'm sending out a contest winning. And so what's going on, Moonlit? I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you swinging by. I've got it's not an AOK, a contest winning I have to send out that I intended to send out last week, and I've got to send it out this week. So those things would be perfect for that. I save your Gemini mailers if you mail stuff, or if you think you're going to need to. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Oh, cool. That's a good idea. Hey, man, it cuts down on supplies for sure, because you can go through a good bit of tape doing this hobby for sure. All right, so the first package was this came out last week. I was a little worried I wouldn't get around to getting one, and getting a copy or two or three or whatever. So I picked up, I'm like, okay, Black Panther first. This is the first cover appearance of Tosin, and I like the cover a lot. I picked up a few. I got 3 of these, and I'm like, okay, once the first print ran out and they announced the second print, I knew they were going to make a bunch of these. But you can't, as a collector of first appearances, a collector of characters' first appearances, I couldn't not get it, even though I knew there was going to be a lot, because the fact is, this is his first cover appearance. So I had to pick it up. So I got a few of those and had ordered those just to make sure I got some. Um, Now this one is, I'm starting to do a little more like, I've got a pull list at my shop, and last week I bought my first preview magazine. So I'm going to start doing some research so I can get out ahead of what I want to get. I think it would help minimize my, my fear of missing out. So yeah, I'm going to, I'm starting to do, you can invest a lot of time in this hobby with, I reuse all of my gym unless they are really, yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's smart, it's really smart to do that. So, so yeah, I started doing a pull list, and I'm going to expand on that pull list as well. I got some things I want to check out, and but doing that preview, I think that's going to be a game changer for me to to make sure I hate missing out on stuff that I really want, and I think that's going to help with me, not missing out on stuff. It's just doing some more research up front and get out ahead of it and make sure I get what I'm looking for, and I don't have to be at the LCS first thing in the morning and stand in line and all that good stuff. So, all right. So up next, this was from Things from Another Planet. I wanted to get one each of these covers, and I didn't know how. It's kind of hard to predict how this market's going to go. So I was like, all right, I don't want to miss out on these. So let me go ahead and grab. And these were the two covers that I wanted. And I'm trying to remember who did. I don't see it. I don't have it in front of me. But anyway, this was Ghost Rider #1. And I really liked this cover. That glare is brutal. Really liked this cover. There, that's a little better. Really like this one a lot. And I also wanted to get this wraparound cover. I think this was Stegman. Stegman did this one. I like him a lot. I actually follow him on Instagram so I can, watch him draw stuff. And well, I got you here. I'll show you what the wraparound looks like. I don't know if you guys, this came out a couple weeks ago, but that's the front cover. But it's got all the Ghost Riders. And then of course it flips this way, and we've got even more Ghost Riders. So I've mentioned, if I had $1 for every time I mentioned TiVo and the Lords of the Long Box, they mentioned on their Sunday show, which is it's a kind of a speculation movie news show. They mentioned that the Ghost Rider movie is actually going to be more Ghost Riders, plural. So they're going to have a lot more, they're going to feature different versions of Ghost Rider. And, I've gone down a little bit of a rabbit hole with some of these. I'm like, all right, well, who else was a Ghost Rider? And some of the newer series have really, they've really shown a lot of, different Ghost Rider of Tibet and Ghost Rider, you don't realize how many different Ghost Riders there's been until you start doing some research. So I went down a bit of a rabbit hole doing that. It was a fun rabbit hole to go down because I wasn't a Ghost Rider fan, but I appreciated a lot more after having done that research and stuff. So now we're on to the new Comic Book Day books. I'm starting off with what I consider to be the lone true indie that I bought, and I'm really enjoying reading this one. This is Regarding the Matter of Oswald's Body and I'm really enjoying this one. Very exciting. There was a mega cliffhanger at the end of the last one, so I'm looking forward. This is gonna when I settle down for the evening tonight, this is gonna be the one I've got opened up and reading. So I've enjoyed this a lot. Uh, Christopher Cantwell, Luca Casalanguida, and Giada Marchisio. So Christopher Cantwell, I've heard of Christopher Cantwell, but Rude, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a minute. Been a while. The old the old Western Ghost Rider books. Yeah, I love those too. I love those too. There was an interesting series as well. I bought it's more recent, but it's called it centers around the battle world. So there was a world adjacent to Earth that was ruled by Doctor Doom, and it was called Battle World. And they had a series called Ghost Racers, and it was a 4-issue series. And all of the Ghost Riders were basically enslaved and imprisoned and forced to race, kind of like old Gladiator, in Roman days. Gladiator, they're forced to race. The winner got another week of no, torture and no beatings, and the rest had to endure beatings for the next week. So it was a really interesting series, but it had some cool. There was some really cool variant covers in that one, but I picked that up to read. I just thought it was cool. The covers were neat, and some of those variant covers were really cool. All right, so now we're on to this is, I guess, fringe, not really indie, but a bit of a fringe indie. And this will be the other one I read as well. This is What's the Furthest Place from Here? I'm enjoying it. This is issue 5. And I'm the same for me, same on this one. I've really had I enjoyed reading this one. I'm sticking with it to see. I don't remember how many issues this is going to be, but I look forward to getting this each month. And it's been a good read, and there's been some really nice cliffhangers on this one as well. So yeah, if you're I don't know if you guys are reading this one or not. So just going down the list here. Very similar to that. It was kind of cool. Yeah, it was neat, and you can get them. They're fairly cheap. Um, I think I got mine at my comic shop, and just picked them up here and there. Yeah, well, getting a jump on it, buddy. I like that. Getting a jump on it, and but I've enjoyed having the pull list, and it's taken some of the pressure off of me. This, I guess, this is one of the variant covers. I don't know exactly what's. Let me see who did this one. I don't know. This is almost like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. I don't really recognize. Let's see, cover artist. Don Aguayo. Forgive me, Don, for slaughtering your name. But King Spawn. And this was kind of a cool cover. I think this is a bit of a Virgin variant cover, with the exception of the symbol here, the King Spawn symbol. But I was trying to figure out what was going on, and if you notice, it's a Spawn toy, Spawn posable action figure tearing out of the package. And that's, you see now I see the Spawn comic in the background. These are those old 90s the 90s Spawn figures, and tearing out of because they had the comic behind the figure. I've got some of those in a box over here, and I've got a couple that I opened so I could check out the comic. But that's what's happening here. It's ripping out of the package. It's an action figure coming to life. That's a dope one. So my LCS, this is one of the ones I pull. So he picked this one for me. So he's they're doing good, man. I'm really enjoying that. And this series, I'm kind of stacking King Spawn because I'm reading Gunslinger, and I was waiting on a few. I was missing issue 2 for King Spawn, so I've kind of been stacking that one. But I'm looking forward to jumping on that and reading it because most people said, "Hey, if you like Gunslinger, make sure you check out King Spawn." So I do plan on doing that. I agree, Rude. Yes, sir. That yeah, that's that King Spawn is dope. I didn't I didn't notice it until I was sitting here. I realized it right here with you guys exactly what was going on. But I do like that. Really cool looking. I don't know what the regular cover looks like, but I like that one. And I mean, who's killing it like Image right now, you know? Are the fringe indie / mainstream comic company. But I mean, as always, cardstock covers. The pages are just feel nice. You know, everything they do is awesome. And you know, okay, I see it here on the cover. This is cover B. Let me, yeah, it's cover B. So, and that's what the next one's. Looks like a Beren's cover there. Bjorn Beren's, maybe looks like his work. I'm kind of getting used to picking out these artists now. I don't see his name on that one, but yeah, they're killing it. And on top of that, where's the price on? I mean, I'm sure this is $2.99. That's what they've all been, you know, they've all been like $2.99. Issue 1's like $3.99 and the rest are $2.99. So they're way cheaper than the more mainstream, the big two. All right, so if that cover was fire, check this cover out. I was very excited to get this. I mentioned that I am reading The Scorched as well. This cover, man, I was so excited to see it. Tell me if this brings back memories for you 90s folks. The Scorched, and this is issue number 3. Yeah, issue 3. So this is the Jim Lee X-Men homage from the 90s. There, that's a good look at it. I'm trying to get the camera to focus properly. Hopefully you can see that. I mean, that is classic. Look, just the banner. So this one is, I was super excited to get. I saw it in my preview book and I was like, gosh, I've got to get there early so I can get this one. I don't think it was scaled. Yeah, so it says here at the bottom, McFarlane after Jim Lee. That is dope, man. I freaking love that. I love that. I see some good questions here. Yes, sir. I agree. I've been a big fan of Jim Lee. I like him. I am too, brother. I had to go back and get that Spawn's Universe book so I could figure out what was happening, like how they got split up and all that stuff. I did not have the backstory on that, so I recently picked that up so I could, you know, so I could have the whole story. But I am with you. I'm all over it. That's a good question. I don't think so, and certainly not for this issue. But it would be kind of cool if they did like maybe subsequent issues they had the connecting cover, but or if one of these was actually the fold out or something, you know, like that deluxe number 1. But it's just great, man. That's just wonderful. So if you dig that 90s nostalgia feel, make sure you check out Scorched #3, McFarlane cover after Jim Lee. Good stuff. So super excited about those. Up next, I got a Star Wars book here. This is Halcyon Legacy #2. I've not started reading that yet, but I look forward to eventually trying to stay brushed up on my Star Wars stuff. There's a lot of people who know a lot about Star Wars out there, and I do enjoy it. Went to see the movies as a kid in person and just absolutely loved it. I got 2 copies of this one, so technically 3 books left, but these just 2 titles left. This is Avengers 54. The Avengers are dead. Our reality is doomed, and yours is next. So this looks like Deathlock coming back from the visiting from the future. But Avengers 54. I'm not sure why I got 2 of these, but there's, every week there's like some cover popping off that, in last issue is when we saw the Red Panther, which I don't think is a legitimate thing, but I was just checking to see if he's in here in some capacity. Oh, I just saw this Captain America 0. Man, if you don't get fired up about Alex Ross, look at that. That dude's just on another level. I love if you haven't checked him out on YouTube, take a look and see. Alex Ross will, he'll just paint. He'll just paint. He'll work on something, and he'll show how he does his sketch. How he sketches and prepares for the drawing. It's really cool. Really cool to see. I was just checking to see if do we have. I'm pretty sure Deathlock is a Deathlock. Red Panther. I'm just going to check real quick while Yeah, so it looks like Avengers Forever and Avengers, there might be some overlap starting to happen. I don't know if he's anywhere else, but I do believe that is Red Panther. And I saw somebody joke on Instagram. They're like, I guess we can't use Pink Panther's already taken, so we can't make a Pink Panther. But yeah, I got 2 of those just to see. And last but not least, this might be one of my shorter videos, but I absolutely had to share this stuff. Last but not least, now this was really not on my pull list, but my guy pulled it and I said, okay, I'm a sucker. Let me see what's going on here. I was not planning on pulling this book. Gosh, where's the page? I'm trying to figure out where they've got. You go several pages in and you can't find who's doing the book. It's like we talked about this last video. They did the Marvel's doing this a lot. Oh my gosh, it's almost in the full blown in the middle. Okay, so this is when I saw this is why I wanted to keep this book, but Ram V is doing the Carnage book. So there's the list of folks who are doing this. I've been enjoying Ram V and reading a lot of stuff after I was turned on to him by some of the spine ticks and designated decoys folks. So I was like, yeah, I've got to wasn't planning on getting this one, but I when I saw that, I was like, okay, I want to, I need to. It's the whole reason I'm reading Swamp Thing, which should be coming out here next month, I think, April or May, resuming. So Guys, that's it. So guess what I'm going to spend the rest of my time doing? I'm going to put these new bags and boards that I just got. I'm going to put them to good use. Start bagging and boarding this stuff. I've got buku of boxes sitting everywhere. I've things are alphabetized, but I'm running out of room in some boxes. So I'm like, all right, what's the best way to flow these things? So I think I'm going to start a new box, and so I got a little work to do. There's always work to do when you're in this hobby, and you've got, like I think it's 23 short boxes, and I've got three. I bought three more. Yeah, I bought three more, and two of them are not. So 20, maybe it's 24 short boxes now. But so I've 24 short boxes, two more box supplies that I've not, put together yet. So I've got two more boxes. I can kind of start, like, let's take a chunk out of here and start a new, create some room, start a new thing. I absolutely agree, man. I have loved Swamp Thing. It has been so good. And I mentioned recently in one of my videos that they went from, so they were like issue 8 of 10, issue 9 of 10, issue 10 of 16. And I was like, yes, 10 of 16. So the Killer Comic Show just interviewed Rom V, and he was talking about Carnage. Talking about Carnage sounds awesome. Awesome, dude. I need to go see that. Sorry, that's my phone ringing. It's probably not work. It's probably not work related. But yeah, I was super excited about when I saw that, I just had to pick it up. So yeah, I'm not the only one dealing with this storage issue. So, and in each one of these boxes is a video, and each one of these boxes has about 15 to 20 comics in it. So I'm like, all right, well, I've got two, almost a box and a half in comics that I haven't even opened yet. So it's bananas, man. It is bananas. GP, I'm gonna go back and check that out, man. I really like that guy. The first thing I read of his was The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, and it was fantastic. I'm at some point supposed to pass that on to Tylox, but I wanted to read it straight through one more time, just to, I don't know, there's few comics I read that have an impact like that comic did, and it wasn't superheroes and it wasn't super villains. It was just like a solid, a really solid story, and had some kind of a coming of age type story. So yeah, guys, I hope you have a fantastic new comic book day. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to get another video done. Maybe it might be Friday, and it might be around the same time. So let me, I'm going to pencil that in for now, but I enjoy spending time with you guys so much. I can't even explain how much I enjoy having a good solid group of folks in the chat. And thank you so much, man. You guys are a big part of that, so I appreciate it, man. You guys make it fun. So cool. I'm going to go back and check it out. GP, I appreciate the heads up on that. So yeah, if you want some, if you hadn't seen my channel in a while, go check it out. I've got some, got a couple of new comic book days, a couple of which I've been able to do with some guest folks. So that's been fun to do this with other people, see what they get. And, it always makes me spend more money, but people recommend things and all that. So thank you so much for being here. And, look for me on Friday. Yeah, look for me on thanks, man. Good. Hey, I hope you have a good new comic book day yourself. Rude, I appreciate you swinging by. Look for me on Friday. I'm going to try and do this again, and let's tackle some of these at least a box over here, if not two, depending on how much I talk and explain each book. So thanks, guys. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy your new comic book day. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, y'all take care.